everyone, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today's post is on Puma Punku. And I'm not sure if I said that right, but nonetheless, I'm going to go forward with this. So the question was, at Puma Punku in Bolivia, they have an abandoned city built with tremendous stones weighing several tons. Many of them are H-shaped or even T-shaped joints. Supposedly, they were designed so the stones could be joined together, but they're incredibly complex and over-engineered. If it was designed today, most people would use a dovetail joint or a mortise and tendon. Why were they so complex, or have we mistaken them to be joints to connect the stones and actually served another purpose? So they basically want to know, in this location, what is up with these stones? Not only are they huge, they have very unusual shapes and they're put together in really odd ways. So I just want an understanding or my take on what happened here. So first of all, I love this question. Very unique, and I like changing it up. So I looked at a picture and I'm looking at, these enormous H-shaped stones. So I think to myself, how did they get there like that? How were they created? What's really the backstory, or what's going on? And I saw this a little differently, and I don't see that they were enormous stones that were carried there. I get the stones were created there. And let me explain what I mean by that. And it's as if they used this material kind of like an old-fashioned concrete or paste, and they mixed it with water to create this cement block. It's like they take a component, they mix it with water, and they make these blocks. And when the blocks were mostly dry, after they had cured for a while, they were able to carve them and make these intricate notches and so forth with ease, kind of like cutting butter with a knife. It was that type of visual that I got when I was tuning into this. And in some situations, the blocks, they were put next to each other while they were still moldable. They hadn't quite cured yet. And that's how those tight joints formed. And if you were to separate these tight blocks that were smashed together, I get that they would almost feel like they're one stone, or they would stick. It's that if you've ever put something, like you've baked it and you've put it together, two items, maybe like two cookies, while they're not quite cured and they're not dry. When they finally do dry, they attach to one another. I get the stones were a lot like that too. And I also got this vision that these notches and different things were ways to fit the stones together, and most of them were supposed to have some kind of a wood plank in between them, connecting them. So it wasn't supposed to be an all stone structure. It was going to incorporate wood with this as well. So it was kind of this megalithic stone and wood city, not just only stone. I also got that when they were working on this, they really underestimated the amount of resources that were going to be required in order to accomplish their goal, or what their vision was. And they began to run out of the concrete material, the powder they were mixing with the water. They were starting to run out of that. And I also got that obtaining water was becoming a challenge. And I got this image of this drought, as if whatever water source they were using was drying up, or perhaps even dried all the way up. Even something that sounds as easy as obtaining wood was also a challenge in this location. And eventually they had to abandon what they were working on, and they were left with, viewing this semi-completed work. So we are seeing just a very abbreviated part of what the true vision really was. And that was all I got on this reading. It was really interesting, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed tapping into it. I've never seen the actual creation of stone, so that was a different concept for me as well. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Anyway, please feel free to like me, share me, pass this along. It's so difficult in our shadow banned, heavily censored world. So anything that helps get the word out tremendously helps me a lot. And again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.